So, if you are in the middle income bracket and you've noticed that your federal tax bills have been going up in the past couple of years and you're owing more and more money each year, maybe in four figures or maybe five figures, then you might want to listen to this video. So, I want to tell you about this conversation I had yesterday. So, long story short, I got my W-2 in the mail and I was looking at it and I'm like, my withholdings are a little low. So I'm like, let me get my payroll rep on the phone. Hi, payroll rep. I would like to talk about my W-2. If the lowest available federal tax rate is 10%, then why was less than 10% of federal taxes withheld from my income? So the payroll rep says, well, we withhold that rate based off of the federal withholding table. So basically, the federal withholding tables is telling you to withhold less than the minimum amount required to pay your tax bill. Yes, it tends to withhold a little higher towards the end of the year, but not by much. So I have to pay myself more towards the end of the year. Yeah, pretty much. Well, when I set up my withholdings, initially, I set myself up as single with no exemption, so it should be withholding at the highest available rate. Yeah, that is correct. You are listed as single with zero exemption, and they're still not withholding enough. So what if I just fill out a new W? Actually, filling out the new W-4 will actually make it worse because the new W-4 tends to fail to take into account the additional incomes and other people working in your household. So basically, we're being ripped off because it's forcing everyone to owe money at the end of the year and have to pay interest and penalties on not paying enough taxes, even though we did everything right and filled out our forms correct. So what can I do to actually fix this? Well, if you want a specific percentage withheld from your check, just tell me and I'll go ahead and update the system. So I don't have to fill out any additional forms. No, just call me and I'll update it in the system. And if my salary goes up during the year, I can just change it. Yes. Okay, great. Then please withhold at this particular percentage. Thank you. So long story short, if you're middle income and you work a W-2 job, you are purposely being set up to fail. You're not crazy. It's not all in your head. You really are having to pay more in taxes. And that's because the federal government is literally ordering HR and payroll departments to not withhold enough taxes out of you. And before someone tries to make this partisan, this practice began under the previous administration and continued unabated under the current administration. So no particular party is going to get you out of it. Literally, if you do everything right, fill out your W-4s correctly, you may still end up owing taxes at the end of the year and interest and penalties in addition. You're being ripped off.